Hi there, I am Isaac and today we are going to review this MAVO Lumicurve coffee scale. So a few weeks ago MAVO reached out to me and offered me this early access partnership, sending me this pre-production unit. So we're gonna test this out today, what this scale actually is, and we're gonna talk through all its features, what this scale has to offer, and I'm gonna use it and I'm gonna brew some coffee and show you guys. But before we get started, I wanna let you know that all the opinions and thoughts I'll be sharing will be on my own, and as I was filming this video, this scale is already live on Kickstarter with the launch price of I think somewhere around $84. So I'll add the link in my description, feel free to check out. So let's get started with this video. So let's talk about what comes with it. So we've got a really cool silicone pad just goes on there, and then another silicone pad. This is specifically I think designed for espresso. So this is my espresso portafilter, balance the portafilter on here. Also it comes with this small pouch, and in the pouch I have this 100-gram calibrating weight. I've done that already, so we don't need to worry about that. But while you're traveling, or let's say you are moving the scale a lot, you can just calibrate it with this 100-gram weight. It also comes with user manual and a charging cable in the box. So yeah, this is pretty much what you get in the box. Bear in mind, this is just a pre-production unit that I am using, to be honest, but MAVO is promising to do quite a few changes before the final retail launch. It's gonna come with the tempered glass, then better body, better finishing, and also better upgraded packaging. Speaking of the display, this got a really cool glass display. Unlike plastic displays, I really like how quick it is, very responsive. I can switch between modes, very quick and responsive. No major delays. I think I like the display and how easy it is to read and how easy it is to see. Overall, the hardware feels premium and very well thought out, in my opinion. Let's talk about the standout feature or unique feature, 360-degree rotation display. So I'm gonna rotate this way, and as you can see, this changes the screen depending on how I want it. So I think this is quite handy and this is quite useful, and I think I'm appreciating this feature a lot. A lot of coffee scale like here because some of them are designed specifically for espressos and some of them are designed specifically for V60s and pour over stuff. So now let's talk about the brew modes. This scale got 5 different modes. The first mode is basic, which is your pretty standard mode, and then you've got pour over mode, you've got smart pour over mode, and then we've got espresso mode, continuous espresso mode. Coming back to pour over mode, this is your pretty standard pour over mode. Then you have smart pour over mode. After you finish brewing your coffee, smart pour over or smart and pour over mode does is it stops automatically as soon as you finish brewing and you take your dripper off. It displays your brew data. But if you are someone who constantly take the dripper off to agitate the coffee, you can switch between, this is a completely optional, by the way, smart pour over mode. You can go into the setting and turn this option off. 2 modes, smart pour over mode, basic mode. You can switch between each mode depending on your needs, on your requirement. I think I like the smart and mode because I don't take my dripper off. I just agitate the coffee with water itself. So this is quite handy to me. But it not might work for you, so you can just use a basic pour over mode. And then we have espresso mode, and also you've got this continuous espresso mode. What it does is it tears your cup for you. Within the mode they have these other options too. For example, this is a basic mode. I can long press and choose between the zoom in screen, or I can switch between pour over mode and I can switch between what I want highlight on my display. Basically it just highlights the weight, then ratio and flow rate on the side. So basic mode, and they got display layout within the basic mode. You're brewing your coffee, it tracks your flow rate and at the end of your brew it gives you your graph, brew graph. If I go into my settings, this is the data from my last 3 brews. So this is like a graph. You get your brew history at the end of your brew. So I'm gonna pour an espresso and I'm gonna pour a V60 and I show you guys what I mean by that. So let's pull a shot and see. Goes into the group head. And yeah, I'm gonna use my basic silicon pad. So whatever the reading get here, I'll get the reading from the machine and from the scale too. So that will show if the scale is up to the standard or if it's precise or not. So drip triggered, it will tear your cup for you. As you can see, it teared the cup for me. Now it's ready to brew. So I'm gonna press the button and let's see. Okay. Hey man, I have my readings here as well. So 24 seconds, 29 seconds. As you can see, 29 seconds. So this is well brewed short. Oh, time 29 seconds. Okay, great. I don't know how it did that, but I'm pretty impressed. 29 seconds here and 29 seconds there. And this is this graph that I was talking about. At the end of your brew, it gives you this graph, how your brew performed basically. It's for people who are like, really care about their brews and they want to store their history. And, if they want to be like, oh, this sort tasted in a certain way, I'm going to go and try that again. I want to replicate this recipe. So let's pour a V60. I have my setup ready, kettle and pre-wet V60 paper, ground coffee. So let's first select the pour over option that we want to select. I'm gonna go for smart end mode. So it says press timer to record the weight. So I'm gonna put my ground coffee in there. Ground coffee goes in there. So I'm gonna level my coffee bed. Let's record it. Activated by pouring water or pressing. So this is drip triggered as well. I'm gonna start pouring and see how it reacts. Yep, I can see the flow rate, how much coffee I'm putting, and ratio and stuff like that. And then it'll be second pour, slowly around and round and round, and shows my flow rate and shows how much coffee I'm pouring. So yeah, you get the idea of what I'm trying to say. It's just like you get all the information on the screen, and while you're pouring you can keep an eye out. So I'm going to take the dripper off and see what it does. It comes off my dripper and there you have it. You see what I mean? So as soon as you take the dripper off, it tells the scale that the brew is complete and gives you the graph. So let's talk about durability and daily use. Is it worth having this scale for a daily use, or is it very reliable, durable? I mean, when I'm switching between modes or I'm working in a busy environment, fast-paced environment, I want things to move fast. I don't want delays. So I think this scale solves that problem for me. For example, I can quickly switch between modes like fast reaction time, no delays, super convenient for me. You get the instruction very clear. You don't have this LED format or like just number oriented scale. You got this glass display, just displays the information very clearly. So yeah, durability, daily use, I think, yeah, it's a yes for me. So let's talk about the final verdict. I think the MAVO Lumicurve isn't trying to compete solely on accuracy. Most coffee scales are, I think, already accurate. They are trying to focus more on workflow, visualization, and I think brewing analysis and making your overall experience better. The live brewing curve, centralized display layout, and rotation screen, onboard brew history, multiple brewing modes, and future software updates or ecosystem, I think it contributes to the product that feels genuinely different from many traditional coffee scales or many high-end coffee scales. And considering the Kickstarter launch price $84, It's entering the market at very competitive price point in my opinion. Now this is still a pre-production unit by the way, and most software features are still being developed. So by the time of the launch or retail launch, I think it will be ready. But based on what I've tested so far, the overall concept is very promising. If you ever wished your coffee scale could do more than simply displaying weight and time, I think the MAVO Lumicurve is definitely worth checking out. And if you like to learn more, I'll leave the link in description below. Also, after watching this video, what you think? Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, I would be very interested to know what you guys think. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.